Oh yeah, I'm well tired. Ugh. Hadn't been to sleep last night because I had a super early flight from Barcelona to Malaga, and heavy week of coaching in Barca, but by far one of the best coaching experiences that I've had. Shout out to you, Brian. That is not your real name. We're gonna reveal your real name soon because we're gonna do some collaborations together. The guys are going to be seeing a lot more of you. I'm super excited about this. We just had an amazing time together, didn't we? It was incredible. You absolutely smashed out of the park. If you haven't heard about Brian's radical transformation yet, I've been documenting it for the past 7 or 8 days. So definitely hit the previous live streams just to learn more about his transformation. But yeah, in short, annihilated his approach anxiety, multiple dates a week, met himself a wife-worthy woman who he had a girlfriend experience with. It really demonstrates to me that change happens fast. Like when you've got the right framework in place, when you've got somebody who lives and breathes this stuff, when you actually spend time with people and you learn through osmosis, you give yourself the permission. That's like the main thing of this live stream. I've titled this "Complimenting Women is Low Value, lol." So we'll get into that. But this notion of permission, like forget about lines and routines and scripts. Forget about push pull and I need to neg. Does anybody even neg anymore? Is she hooked yet? I need to vibe and stack. I need to follow the London day game model. Like, all of this is pure bollocks, right? Because the thing which is really castrating you of your confidence at the moment, especially when it comes to cold approaching beautiful women, giving them compliments, having an abundant dating life, is the permission to act as you please. That's the thing which is castrating you of your confidence. You feel to some extent that cold approaching women is wrong. Yeah, it's like you're living your life like a closet heterosexual. You're ashamed to be a man. You're ashamed to have desires. You're ashamed to find women attractive. And look, it's not all of your fault, right? The social conditioning, the bullshit that you've been bombarded with, like even just look at the school system in general. I won't go down that rabbit hole in this live stream, but just understand how much that you have been brainwashed. And if you don't think you've been brainwashed to think that, right? So this sense of permission, I've noticed through my years of coaching guys, like really helping guys undergo radical transformations and undergo radical transformations fast. Like that's what it's about for me with my cold approach coaching career. I know what guys want, right? Guys, you want a guarantee. Right, you want, if you're going to invest a lot of money into a service, into a person, into an experience, you want a guarantee. You want to know this is going to work. You want to know it's going to work for you, and also you want to get results fast. You want to be going on dates fast. You want to have dates on demand. You want to have gob-smackingly gorgeous girls who are blowing up your phone. You don't want to have to wait like a year to get that. Like, with my coaching, I give you an entire year of dedicated support. But when you come and work with me, when I take you through my exact tried and tested system that gets results and get results fast, dude, you're going to be blown away. Like, that's what happened with Brian in Barcelona. Like, he rocked up. He'd been trying to cold approach for a long time on his own. Felt as though he was banging his head against a brick wall. And then within just a couple of days spent with me, I pinpointed where he was going wrong, gave him feedback after every single approach. That's why I say one approach with me is worth about 30 approaches on your own, because you don't know what you don't know, right? So I pinpoint what's going on. I say, do this, do this, do this. Evidence has got the loudest voice. The results speak for themselves. He's going to make a full testimonial as well, just so you know I'm not talking out my ass. And this is what I say to you boys. I am the best in the world at what I do. I get the best client results in the industry because I know what works, I know what doesn't work. So yeah, just massive shout out to you, Brian. But this notion of permission is what I really want you boys to grapple with on this live stream. Sorry about my nose. Permission. I see a lot of these comments. I don't know about you, but like I posted some infield footage recently, and one of the recurring comments was, "Oh, bro, like you should never compliment a woman. Like that's just for beginners. Like if you go over and you compliment a woman, then you're giving all your power away. Then she knows she can have you. Blah blah bullshit." Boys, I'm telling you right now, most online commentators have no fucking idea what they're talking about. Not just the mindless morons who hide behind anonymous profiles, but actually people who classify themselves as coaches. Like, there are very few people in this space who are actually credible sources of information. Far too many talking head videos where you never actually see the coach in the field practicing what he preaches, putting himself through the social fire, documenting his entire journey, showcasing his clients' journeys, making videos with his clients, actually having bulletproof testimonials. Like, that's what I've been doing for almost half a decade now, because I understand how important credibility is in this space. There are far too many charlatans, shit coaches, more than happy to take your money, but can't be arsed getting you the results that they promise. It's like, oh, come and work with me, maybe you'll get results, maybe you won't, and then boom, on to the next person. Complimenting a woman is not low value, right? For me, it's one of the most masculine acts a man can do, right? Being able to declare your desire in a non-needy way, being able to say to the world, this is me, this is what I believe in, and I'm going to delight in this nourishing, feminine, radiant energy because it pleases me as a man to do so. I don't like to use the terminology, but this notion of like, oh, a high value man, it's so cringy, but just bear with me. This notion of, oh, a high value man doesn't compliment a woman. A high value man just waits for women to approach him or get DM'd on him. Like, dude, this might be like 0.00001% of guys. And unless you're like Cristiano Ronaldo or Dan Bilzerian, this just does not apply to you, right? It just does not apply. For the majority of us, being able to actually unlock this decentralized skill set of the awake 1%, which is call approach, is one of the most beautiful radical transformations which will ever happen to you, right? The epitome for me of a high value man is a guy who does what he wants because it pleases him to do so. And I think this is the nuance here. It's like, you're not going over to women like some little noncy simp being like, oh, I'm gonna give you a compliment in the hopes that you like me more. Like, that is simpy. That is low value. It's like just like shooting like a million shots, just hoping you get lucky with one girl. Like, that's coming from a place of pessimism rather than from a place of power. What I teach and what I really try and bang into you boys' brain on this channel is operating from a place of wholeness rather than from a place of lack. I say this so many times, but I feel as though it just gets lost in poetic rhetoric. Like, understand what I'm saying. When you operate from a place of wholeness rather than from a place of lack, that's when you win. That's when you make the money. That's when you attract the women. That's when you get everything that you want in life, because you don't need it, you want it, and it pleases you to pursue that thing. Does that make sense? It's like you're not chasing, you're pursuing. It's, oh, there's a woman who interests me. I'm going to go over and I'm going to delight in her femininity. I'm going to delight in her beauty, in her elegance, in her radiance. And even if that conversation doesn't go anywhere, it pleases me to be able to declare my truth, to follow my bliss, and to live that life free from bullshit. That's what this is about. It's like, imagine a guy who's got multi-millions of dollars in the bank, right? He's not needy for cash. He's not scrimping. He's not adopting that peasant mentality where he's attempting to take from everybody. It's like his cup is so full that all he wants to do is give, right? He's got so much money. All of his needs are met. He can just go out into the world. He can enjoy himself. He doesn't need anything from anybody. Like, I'll be honest, because I was somebody, right? I didn't grow up with money, and I used to have very toxic beliefs about money, right? Money is the root of all evil. All rich people are evil. It couldn't be further from the truth. Like, some of the most generous people I've ever met have been the wealthiest, and some of the most vicious, selfish, ruthless people have been the poorest. Like, the town that I grew up in, Barrow-in-Furness, 60,000 people, Lake District, small town mentality, like crabs in a bucket. It's like they want to see you do well, but they don't want to see you do better than them, right? That small town mentality, that toxic environment where I grew up in as a child, it was always like, oh, look at him. He loves himself. He's driving a nice car. Who does he think he is? He's wearing a suit. It's like, I'll tell you who that guy thinks he is. He thinks he's fucking somebody, and he's saying to the universe, this is me. This is what I believe I deserve, and the actions that he takes, the clothes that he wears, the things that he spends his money on, he's investing into the identity of the person who he wants to embody. So when you're going over to a beautiful woman and you can just delight in her beauty, needing nothing back in return, that's when your dating life explodes. This is what I was teaching Brian in Barcelona. It was like, dude, we're going to go out today, and it's just going to be a true Renaissance day where the only outcome is the rep itself. The rep is the reward. We are just going to go and seduce the sexy Spanish city of Barcelona. We're going to leave every woman better than we found her, and we're just going to dominate this kingdom today. And when you operate from that mindset where it's like, I'm going to come out into the world, I'm going to seduce the world, I'm going to almost act as if today is my final day on earth, I'm going to leave no stone unturned, that's when the results flood in. The issue that I see with guys, especially guys who consume a lot of red pill content, and I've been through that phase, so I'm not judging you, I'm just trying to illuminate the better path for you. The issue that I see with guys is they are trying desperately hard to not lose value in the eyes of a woman. So what they do is they attempt to armor themselves with all of these different things. Like, oh, I need to learn all of this, like, bollocks. Like, oh, you can't compliment a woman. Like, oh, if I'm texting a girl, I need to wait 3 days to respond to her. Like, do you not understand? Like, this is all coming from a place of fear, from a place of scarcity, from a place of lack. Like, if you did, just as a thought experiment, just imagine this for me. Like, just imagine now you had 10 gob-smackingly gorgeous girls in your phone who were blowing up your phone, desperate to see you tonight. Imagine that your calendar was booked up every day of the week. You were having amazing sex. You were just dominating the sexual marketplace as a man. Imagine how effortlessly you would move through the land of women. If you want to message a woman 1 minute after meeting her, you do that. If you want to hold the door open for a woman, if you want to compliment a woman, if you want to compliment every woman that you see because it pleases you to do so, and because you're operating from this place of wholeness rather than from this place of lack, that's the energy. It's the I want you, but I don't need you energy. It's like, you're amazing, you're beautiful, you're fucking incredible, I'm going anyway, like, I'm on my path, I'm on my mission. And it's like, every approach that we do, we're inviting women into our reality, right? We're not supplicating, we're not being like, oh, please like me. It's like, do I like her? Is she cool enough to invite into my reality? And maybe she's just not your girl, maybe she's not the fuck yes type of girl, maybe you don't have a crazy cosmic connection with her, but you can still delight in her beauty anyway. And that feels nice to just be able to go out and be like, yeah, I've got no idea who I'm going to meet today. I could have some crazy cosmic connections. That's what happened with Brian. Like, on day 2, he met the girl who he had his girlfriend experience with. Like, she's absolutely going crazy for him. They met on the exact same day. Later on in the day, they ended up going to a strip club together and then enjoyed a magical evening. They were seeing each other during our time in Barcelona, and this just demonstrates the power of cold approach. This demonstrates, for me, it's the most efficient way of meeting women. It's it's the gentleman's way of bringing beautiful women into our lives. It's not by being some creepy fucker who's hanging around grotty nightclubs until 4 a.m. trying to get lucky with some drunk girl. It's not mass DMing 100 women a day. It's not trying to get women strategically through your social circle. It's not swiping your life away on a screen. Like, for me, all of these things are low value. I think the highest value action we can take as men is going after what we want unapologetically. And even if we don't get our desired outcome, we can still react with nobility, with grace, with honor. Dude, I really do. And I hope you can see the passion that comes through in these streams. Like, I'm so passionate about this skill set because it's completely changed my life, not just from a dating perspective. Like, sure, I'm in a great place now, dating. And that was the reason why I got into this in the first place. I was like, right, listen, at the moment, I'm not the man that I want to be. I'm living in this grotty apartment. I'm a porn addict. I've got erectile dysfunction. I've just come out of a long-term relationship. I've got no idea how to meet women. I've just found out about this cold approach thing. Realistically, what's my other option? I didn't want to go down any of the other routes that I just mentioned. So I was like, right, cold approach is the way. Fast forward almost 5 years later, it's changed everything for me. Like, it's completely changed everything. It's changed the way that I perceive the world. The live stream that I posted yesterday about getting stuck in a lift, like developing that emotional resilience, developing this bulletproof bravado, having this mindset now of a winner, like no matter what, I can handle it. I'm operating in this abundant mindset. Like, dude, I dropped £14,000 recently on mentorship. Let that sink in. I've spent 14,000 Great British pounds on my own self-education. Rather than pissing it away on some bullshit like holiday or getting myself some flashy watch or materialistic trophy, I understand I'm my biggest asset. I'm going all the way to the fucking top, right? I've got this insatiable desire inside of me, and I'm taking all of my people with me. Every single person who's associated with me, every single person who's in my private network, the Entourage, every single person who's connected with me, we're all going to the top. Like, I'm taking my people with me. Like, I don't see the point in settling for mediocrity. And that's why I was so compelled to cold approach. I'm like, yeah, fuck playing it safe. Fuck being a static spectator who sleepwalks his way through life and wakes up when his best years are behind him. We get one shot at this life. Eternity is a long time, and we're too long dead. So whilst I'm alive on this earth, I'm just going for it. I'm taking bold risks. £14,000, invest that into my self-education. My mindset around money now is whatever I spend, I will make back. That's abundance. I didn't used to have that mindset. This has been developed by investing into networks, into coaching, spending time around multi-millionaires, spending time around people whose approach to life I want to emulate, because I understand if I want to acquire a skill and I want to acquire a skill fast, whether it's cold approach, whether it's business, whether it's, I don't know, advertising, I find somebody or many people who've done the thing that I want to do, and I pay them to get there faster. It's like with anything in life. You want to get into great shape, you hire a personal trainer. You want to get proficient at Muay Thai, go to Thailand, find somebody who is like world champion. You want to get great at cold approach, find somebody who's great at it. Find the guy who says, I'm the best in the world. Look at his testimonials, look at his videos, realize that, oh, fuck me, this guy is actually the person he says he is. This guy actually walks the walk. Oh my God, this guy actually posts up-to-date in-field footage. I'm just getting started. I ain't stopping. I'm doing a live stream every single day of the year. Why? Because I live for this. Like, you can't fake this. It's very much like you can't fake abundance. It's like you're either in abundance or you're in scarcity. You can't fake this passion, right? I show up every single day, and when I'm doing these live streams, I'm really learning out loud. I'm talking to a version of myself who was lost and afraid. I see this in a lot of guys now, like, oh no, we can't compliment women. It's low value. We're gonna give all of our power away. Please just, if you take one thing away from this live stream, recognize the folly of your thoughts. You're never going to explode your dating life. You're never gonna meet that immaculate mother of your children. You're never gonna achieve anything worthwhile in life if you're operating from this peasant paradigm, right? We need to elevate, level the fuck up, stop listening to people like mind-dead morons online who don't know what they're talking about. You don't just have to listen to me, but listen to people who you resonate with, who you know, who you like, who you trust, and let them be the guiding lights on this journey of personal renaissance. Complimenting women is not low value. It's only low value if you make it low value. If you be all weird about it and be all creepy, like, oh, but I've heard that I need to push pull. Oh, I can't compliment. I need to go indirect because that takes more skill. No one gives a fuck about more skill, right? Like when you're going over to a woman, you're like, yo, you look incredible. What are you doing today? She's getting blown away in those first few seconds. Even if she doesn't want to date you, she respects the balls because you're speaking to a biology rather than a psychology. I think that's what's missing from men today. We've lost our fucking balls, and I take it as my personal mission to reclaim our balls, live a life free from bullshit, live a life beyond the beige, become the most fuckable version of ourselves. Don't die with our music still inside of us. So if you enjoyed this live stream, drop it a like. If you want to work with me directly, link below this video. Get the free course as well. They're free, so you might as well download them. Conversation Killer, My Most Fuckable Man course. Everything's in the description. Also, my new podcast is out, so you can listen to more juicy content for free wherever you get your podcasts.